All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
ArtMain, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue, Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Good evening, welcome to MSU Inside Out. I'm Matt Huffman.
And I'm Dalen Eddington.
Got a big show planned for tonight. Got a lot of good interviews coming in. Got some sports action, courtesy of Blake as always, and the weather and some campus events. But, you know, Christmas cookies are delicious.
And pumpkin pie. It's almost Thanksgiving.
But how much is too much?
Nolan Axton has more.
Hey, holiday season right around the corner. That means everybody's plate's getting a little bit fuller, and I mean that in a literal sense. Cookies, cakes, pies, turkeys, homemade buns, everything that's really not that good for you when you think about it. So not a better time to talk about health than right now. Karina Stander joining me right now, wellness specialist over at the Minot State University Wellness Center. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come talk to me a little bit about the things that are going on in the health world here at Minot State University. And one of those things is the Wellness Fair. That starts next Wednesday. Yep. So that event can you just tell me a little bit about the whole background of it and kind of what it's about?
Okay. Well, the Wellness Fair has been going on for over 10 years at this point, but it's just a couple hours of your day that you're able to come in and be able to learn a little bit about how the 8 dimensions of wellness are being met for you here at the Minot State campus, as well as in the community. So we bring in people. It's kind of like an open invitation to a lot of people within the community, and to just be able to talk about how they meet one of the 8 dimensions of wellness. So we're going to have blood pressures there taken by the nursing students. We're going to have district health coming in and being able to do STD testing right on the spot, as well as we're going to be having a couple of students from the M-Scope group here on campus being able to do some health testing so that you can learn how to do some exercises on how to do at home in your living room exercises throughout the holidays, because not all of us can get out to the gym, or if the weather's bad, if we get another 50 inches, we might not be moving around so much. So then that allows us to stay active that way. So then that's the Wellness Fair just kind of promotes all of that. And it's just 2 hours on Wednesday, November 15th from 11 till 1. And it's hosted by MSU Wells Committee here on campus. And so we just try to promote as many areas that we can do that way.
All right, so there's a lot of stuff going on with the Wellness Fair. Whereabouts on campus is that located? Is it in the Wellness Center or kind of in Swain Hall?
Okay, it's going to be in the Student Center atrium. We find, like, we've tried to move it around campus a couple of places, but it'll be right there because there's a lot of traffic right over the lunch hour break there.
All right, and now this event, is it something that's open to the public, or is it students only?
It's open to students, faculty, and staff at Minot State. There are public vendors, like people from the Minot community, that are coming in, but we're just kind of promoting it just to the students here.
All right, and now not only do you have the Wellness Fair coming up here next week, but you guys also have the Healthy Holiday Challenge. Can you tell me a little bit about the challenge itself, and if it's a new event or if it's something you guys have tried to do throughout the holidays in the past few years?
Yep. So the Healthy Holiday Challenge got kicked off formally about 4 years ago when I started here at Minot State University, and it came about as just like a way to challenge people to maintain their weight over the holidays but not gain weight. And then it kind of got so we had a lot of weekly weigh-ins to do that, but it's evolved a little bit more into providing a weekly newsletter to our patrons so that they would be able to be encouraged to give them exercise tips, healthy eating tips, or just like general well-being tips, because we know that the holidays are not just about eating, but it's about having to hang out with your family or getting to hang out with your family, which can be stressful. And so we give tips on how to handle those kind of relationships as well. And it's just kind of a way of bringing together. There's usually about 70 to 90 people that participate in it, and it's kind of just a fun way for them to kind of encourage each other to make it through the holidays.
All right, how do you sign up for this challenge?
They can come to the Wellness Fair, and then they'll sign up, and it's just signing up with your email. And then we do, like, the only really big thing that you have to do is to weigh in at the beginning and then at the end. And then there's lots of prizes that we'll have available for people so that they can, and it's all drawing. So the goal is, again, to not lose weight or gain weight, just to kind of maintain weight. But so if you stay within a pound, or if you happen to lose weight, like, we don't punish people for losing weight over the holidays, but we just know it's difficult, then you can put your name would get put in for drawing for prizes at the end of the time.
All right, so all sorts of ways to find out how to keep yourself healthy over the holidays over with the Wellness Center and what you guys do over there. Karina, I want to thank you for joining me. I'm sure everybody can find lots of tips and stuff on how to stay healthy over the holidays on your guys' website too. Yes. So I'm going to toss it back to the studio now, and hey guys, instead of cookies, carrots.
Thank you for that, Nolan, and thank you, Karina Standard, for coming down and talking with us. But with snow on the ground and October in the books, we begin the long haul into the holiday season. Joining me now is Nyla Sorensen, a member of the Pride of Dakota organization and local business owner, to talk to us about the Minot Holiday Showcase. How are you doing tonight, Nyla?
I am doing just great.
Nyla, excuse me. So first question is, how did you get involved initially with Pride of Dakota?
Well, through a couple of different organizations I belong to, the latest being my cousin and I started a little company called Dakota Rose Delights. Mm-hmm. And we did it mainly for the guests at the Dakota Rose Bed and Breakfast, and then we decided to expand it out into the Pride Show.
There you go. Kind of stretching out, going all over now mm-hmm. with this Pride of Dakota. Mm-hmm. But what does the Pride of Dakota actually do for local business owners like you in terms of helping you?
One thing it does is it gives us a market for our products. Mm-hmm. And we've had some wholesalers contact us and different retailers that are looking for our product.
Oh wow, so you're looking to expand even more with the sweets. Hey, that's very ambitious. But so going back to you being a local business owner, would you like to inform our viewers of what it is you guys do at Dakota Sweets?
Well, we have chocolates that we do mainly, mm-hmm. and we do some baking and things like that, too, Scandinavian baking, but mainly just we make chocolates. We make toffees and chips and candy bars and truffles and just all kinds of things.
So what's your personal favorite thing to make then? Favorite thing to cook?
My personal thing to make is the toffee.
Ooh, is that your favorite thing to eat too, or just your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing to eat too.
I'm a pretty big toffee fan myself. And when you say Scandinavian cooking, What goes into that? What kind of dishes are we talking about? Are we talking the full blown?
No, it's mainly just the the sweets like the krumkake and the rosettes and
okay.
things. And we don't do a lot of it, but we'll do it on demand if people want it at holiday time.
And with holidays just coming around, people need to start getting their orders soon.
Probably.
Yeah, bring the hammer down, get those people shopping. But going back to the Minot Holiday Showcase, are there any booths you're looking forward to in particular?
We've made so many friends down there that I have to stop at a whole lot of them. But I do like the soups and the mixes for the different dips and things like that. And my husband likes to visit the wine booths.
Oh, hey. Your secret's safe with me. But so when you say how many years have you been involved with Pride Dakota? Kind of going off the book here a little bit.
Well, Carol and I have been involved in it for 6 years, and then I was involved for a few years prior to that with a different company. So it's been a while, probably about good 10 years maybe.
Hey, there you go, a decade with the Pride of Dakota. It's fun. But is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, everybody should come on out. You can get your Christmas shopping done out there. You can just shop around. There's food, there's wine, there's jewelry, there's art, there's books, there's just anything you want is at Pride of Dakota. And it's all North Dakota made.
Hey, there you go. You heard it here first. But thank you so much for joining us. But be sure to stop by the North Dakota State Fair Center for the Minot Holiday Showcase, November 11th and the 12th. Still to come on MSU Inside Out, Blake talks some sports, and we have interviews with the women's hockey coach and the director of the Minot Symphony Orchestra as they get ready for their big event in town this week.
All-American trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Artmain, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Ford Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue, Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. We have kind of a little sour news for in terms of the football, but the rest of Beaver Sport is doing all right. Tough loss for the Beavers this Saturday.
Yeah, they were up 13-0 going into halftime, and Moorhead eventually just chipped away, and they came back and defeated us. Yeah. The Minot State University football team is looking to make it 2 straight wins this past weekend as they welcome MSU Moorhead to the Magic City. The Beavers enter their final home contest of the season with a 2-7 record, and we're hoping to send the seniors out with their first home victory of the year. As we head inside Herb Parker Stadium to join this one early in the first quarter, Beavers looking to get the offense rolling as Zach Cunha gives to Larry Overstring. He finds some space over the near sideline, picks up 25 for a big first down. Shortly after, Cunha looks to pass off the play action, finds Connor Beeston over the middle, grabs his first down and some change. That would set the Beavers up for a first scoring play of the game. Cunha finds Devontae Bushnell, and he would burn up the middle, power into the end zone. Beavers take a 7-0 early lead. But the Dragons would be too strong for the Beavers through the rest of the game. Moorhead would go on to take it 22-16. Beavers will play their final home game of the season this Saturday when they travel to St. Cloud for a 1 p.m. kickoff. On the ice, MSU men's hockey team continued their dominance in the 2017-18 campaign with a couple big wins on home ice. The Beavers kicked things off with a 5-2 victory over Bottineau on Thursday night to extend their home winning streak to 56, and they were planning on making it 57 on Saturday night against the Utah Utes. Beavs pressing early in the first as Joe Swedlow centers to Lyndon Lipinski. Quick shot on net is steered away by Pat Casper. Not long after, Lipinski dishes to Johnson in the slot. Casper with a quick pad, though, keeps it scoreless. Moments later, Beavers go on the power play, and that's where the puck finds the stick of Austin Yana, who buries it top sheds to light the lamp. Beavers lead 1-0 after the first. They go on to add 8 more and surrender none. The Beavers will look to remain undefeated in regulation when they hit the road for 3 starting tonight in Arizona to take on the Sun Devils. The Beavs will then travel to UNLV for 2 games. The MSU women's hockey team was also in action for a pair of games this past weekend as they hosted the University of Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs. Beavers won Game 1 of the 2 games set with a big 3-1 victory Saturday night. Sunday was to be a sweep day as they head back inside the Mesa. First period action as Bethan Gowdy rips a wrister from the dot. Mary Simons is able to keep it away with the pads. Later in the frame, Vanessa Grimstad lofts a weak shot in on Simons, sneaks under the arm in the back of the net. Minot State steals a 1-0 lead. Dogs look to answer right back though as Casti Pullen pulls a strong shot off, but goaltender Shelby Tornado waffle boards it away. The Beavers winners of 8 in a row. More on their hot start. Nolan Axon is standing by with head coach Ryan Miner.
After a crazy good run all the way to the semifinals at the national tournament last year to a fantastic start to the season, the Minot State University women's hockey team has been on a roll. Head coach Ryan Miner joining me right now. Thank you for joining me. And Ryan, I mean, you guys on an 8-0 run after losing the first 2 games of the season. Just kind of tell me about the start that you guys have had this year.
Well, basically our first 2 games against Minnesota, their D1 team, it was basically a test for us to see where we're at. Obviously, they didn't turn out the way we wanted to, but after those 2 games, we kind of took a few steps back and looked at what we need to work on, and from there we've just been moving forward, been getting better every game, and that's basically all we can ask for.
All right, now you're on a big winning streak too, and even coming off your run that I mentioned that you had at Nationals last year. How does that play kind of into the start of your season to be so successful into the year?
Well, that definitely helps for ranking-wise. Only 6 teams go from each conference to nationals, so it's obviously better to start at the top and stay up there than fighting our way from the bottom up, which we did last year. Unfortunately, we ended up in the 6th seat, and going to nationals this year, first rankings are supposed to come out either today or tomorrow. We're hoping to be in that 1 or 2 spot and just stay up there for the rest of the season.
Now, once those come out, you say they're a little bit delayed. So, if you guys do come out in that one of those top 2 spots, what kind of boost will that give the girls heading into the weekend's games?
Well, I mean, it gives the girls confidence knowing that we are one of the top teams in the country for our division. But at the same time, we have to hold our heads high and not get too ahead of ourselves. Obviously, every game counts, and we can obviously there's still a chance to drop. So we just have to play every game like we have been, and not get too full of ourselves in that sense.
All right, now looking at the team itself going into this year, it's a lot different than it has been in the past years. You guys have gone out and really recruited heavily into different areas to draw on a bigger source of players, I guess you could say, going from a 13-girl roster to a 19-girl roster. What was kind of the drive behind that to go in and really reshape this whole team?
Well, I think the whole thing is we're trying to get involved in the community, trying to be a team that's recognized on campus and throughout basically the league, and basically you can't do that without being professional. So a full roster this year, full schedule. We have everything, all our games are at the Mason now, like all those improvements to help us not only look better but help us gain success. Sponsorships have been big this year. Basically everything we can do to move forward and make the team a better program.
And now that you guys have done that too, you've drawn in a lot of people from different places of not just the United States, but also you guys recruit heavily into Canada. How much does that help as far as the skill set of the team going out into a bigger area and finding new players?
Well, it helps. It helps because there's no import limit. So I mean, basically, we can recruit from wherever we want. So at the same time, when we are recruiting, if we are looking for a specific skill set, we can look in different places and find that exact player now that will help us win games and play the positions that we want them to play.
All right, now you guys head over east to Wisconsin this weekend to take on La Crosse. What's kind of going to be the goal, I guess, and what you guys want to do once you get over there this weekend to be successful?
Well, obviously, road games are always tough. They're not like home games. Basically, the focus level is kind of different. You have to be prepared. We're taking the bus tonight there, playing tomorrow, so it's basically a quick get up and go. Obviously, the girls' heads have to be into it. Road games are tough because basically the legs aren't fresh, and it's basically going to be a grinding game where it'll be a close game, honestly, and I think that as long as our heads are in it and we come out at the beginning of the game, we should be fine.
And I know with like the reshaping of your guys' team, you're also seeing a lot of new competition. So I don't know if you've seen La Crosse before, but what have you heard about them, and what do you know that you really got to defend against?
Last year we split against them. At the same time, we only brought 8 players there. This year we're bringing 20, so obviously having more players will help us a lot. That way we can work through the lines and basically go from there.
All right, Ryan, I want to thank you for joining me. Of course, you mentioned you guys hit the road tonight at 11. You head over to La Crosse, Wisconsin for a 2-game series before you come back home for a big series next weekend against NDSU. What kind of matchup will that be with an in-state rival?
Well, they've always been one of our biggest rivals. Next weekend, we play the 18th and 19th, 7 o'clock on the 18th and 1 o'clock on the 19th. The 18th will be Military Appreciation Night, so all military will be getting to the game for free. We'll be supporting the military with jerseys that we got sponsored from the National Guard. But in sense of a game, we haven't played them this year. We haven't really seen how they are. Just like last year, I think we split most of the year, so it'll be one of our biggest battles so far this season.
It'll be fun because it's NDSU. They're coming across the interstate to take on you guys, so that'll be fun. I want to thank you again. Joining me, Ryan Miner, head coach of the MSU women's hockey team. Hitting the road tonight at 11. It'll be a sleepy night, but hopefully you come out and get a win tomorrow in La Crosse. So good luck to you guys, and back to you in the studio.
The ladies Beavers hockey team will look to keep the heat coming this weekend when they travel to the University of Wisconsin, La Crosse, for 2 games. Puck drops at 6 p.m. tomorrow night and 12:30 on Sunday. Daylin, they lost their first 2 games, but they've really turned on the heat. They've won their last 8 games. Pretty impressive.
Blake, as you said, they've won 8 in a row. It looks like after slipping a little bit early, they've found their stride, and they're getting into a little bit of a hot streak going on right now. Joining me now is the music director of the Minot Symphony Orchestra, Maestro Amaya Efrain. Amaya, thank you for being here today with us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, the symphony is doing a special concert this Saturday for Veterans Day. Do you think you could give us more insight about the concert?
Well, we actually have a title to the concert. Usually we have like themes in our concerts. This one we call Love and War, the Human Condition. And I actually selected a lot of pieces that are kind of known because they were written either for or have been used in war movies or stuff like that. Like we're doing Barber Adagio, which is a piece that a lot of people know, probably not by name, but it's kind of got a lot of playback out of. They put it in Platoon, for instance, so it's a kind of type of the thing. I don't know if you've seen that movie. Do you know this movie, Platoon?
I have not. I've never seen it.
So anyway, there's a scene that the guy's getting killed, and they play this piece, and it's a gorgeous, beautiful piece of music. So it's a contrast of that lyrical, expressive piece against the violence of somebody getting killed. But in any case, this piece also has been used a lot in the radio when there's a tragedy or something like that. They actually do this piece. We of course, doing Copland, the Fanfare for a Common Man, which is also a piece that is very well known in the ears of everybody. They used it, and Copland wrote it right at the beginning of when the United States got into the war, Second World War, and it was really a commission. The conductor was asking a lot of composers to write a fanfare, kind of give the troops a boost, basically. So we're also doing the final piece is 1812 Overture, Tchaikovsky, who is also is another piece that everybody knows, and especially if anybody has attended a concert outdoors when they do fireworks and stuff like that, that's the type of the piece that we do. And it's, they don't know the story, of course. It's kind of Tchaikovsky depicting when the Napoleon invaded Russia, and of course he lost that campaign. It ended up, losing that battle to the end. That's when he was the end of his career, I guess. But the neat thing that Tchaikovsky did is that he used the national anthem of France, the Marseillaise, and he actually used also the national anthem of that time of Russia, which was Long Live the Tsar at that time. So he kind of mashes these two themes into the piece. Another piece that we're doing is a piece of mine that I wrote for cellist Kim Cook, who's here. She's going to be our soloist cellist, and the piece is called Un Camino. And it kind of, when I wrote it, I guess 6 years ago or so, I was trying to make a statement about what things that were going on in Venezuela, and sadly they're still going on nowadays. Nothing has really changed, and they're still struggling in Venezuela politically and economically. It's just it's been a hard road. And talking about national anthems, I actually do use a couple of nips of Venezuelan national anthem in the piece. They're there, and of course if you're not Venezuelan, it will be very hard for you to catch them, because they're really like connotations that are kind of hidden in the piece. But really, in overall, it's really, we want to just pay our respects, for the veterans and all that stuff, and have that be kind of our part of our main reason for the concert. We have a piece we call the Armed Salute for the Armed Forces, and it kind of has all the main songs that each brand of the military uses. So that's part of one of our songs. We do that every year, and we have the color guard from the air base. They're going to come, and we do the national anthem, and we just do pay a little respect as we can to the veterans. So,
is there anything else you'd like to add, Maestro Amaya?
Well, no, I just think everybody should come out and come to the concert. It's always, people say, oh, I know that piece, but it's such a different experience being at the concert hall, being there and being people. It's like, when you say, why do you go to watch a football game at the stadium? You could be home, home watching, drinking cocoa. But it's being there, the whole energy of the experience that really makes the difference. So it's the same with the concert hall. Well, I think we've gotten a little too used to canned music. When I say canned music, it's like listen to headphones all the time. You listen to a recording that really doesn't really reflect what happens in a concert hall, because it's a living thing, a piece of music that's happening at that moment, space of time that will not repeat itself no matter what happens. So anyway, that's what I would say.
Thanks for being here.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
Coming up on MSU Inside Out, a look at the weather forecast as well as upcoming campus events. But now we're going to throw it over to our underwriters.
All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
ArtMain, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill, everyone's welcome and is our special guest, located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot, or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream, good times to be together.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's Rock Station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at the weather forecast for this weekend. Coming up, we have on Friday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 30 and a low of 20. Saturday, we'll see similar conditions in the sky with a high of 27 and a low of 13. And Sunday, we'll see a little higher temperatures, but still partly cloudy. No snow yet, not looking for snow till Thursday. Dalen, what we got going on in the campus events this week?
Well, before that, I was just about to say, Matt, this week we still got a lot of cold fronts going on, so nothing new going on there with all the cold weather going on right now. A look at the campus events for this week. Tonight is the Children's Stories from Around the World at 6:30 at the Minot State Library. Going on Saturday and Sunday is the Pride of Dakota Holiday Showcase from 9 to 5 and from 11 to 4 on Sunday at the State Fair Center. The Minot Symphony Orchestra concert is on Saturday from 9 to 5 at Anne Nicole Nelson Hall. We have the Brass Band of Minot concert on Sunday at 4 o'clock, and that event is also in Anne Nicole Nelson Hall. We have the International Artist Series next Tuesday at 7:30 at Anne Nicole Nelson Hall, as well as Communication Arts Department senior recitals. We've actually got 3 of those going on next Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the Alshire Theater.
Big week coming up. But thank you for everybody watching tonight. I'm Matt Huffman.
And I'm Dalen Eddington.
And this has been MSU Inside Out.